What's going on, you guys? Cybex here. So today we're going to be checking out X-Men versus Street Fighter. And the reason why I wanted to play this game in particular, like I said, is because one, this is going to be the last like Capcom Fighting Collection, at least video that we're going to do. And then we're going to move on to MBC3, MBCI, and then Marvel vs. the Imperfects. But anyways, I'm going to read off what X-Men vs. Street Fighter is based on. Now, I didn't play this game as much as a kid. I only played like maybe 5 or 6 times, but I did play frequently. I did play there and there, like quite often. A little bit, not much though. X-Men vs. Street Fighter is a 1996 crossover fighting game developed and published by Capcom. It is Capcom's third fighting game to feature Marvel comic characters following X-Men, Children of the Atom, and Marvel superheroes. And the first installment of the Marvel vs. Capcom series, as the title suggests, the game includes characters that Marvel's X-Men franchise and the cast from Capcom's Street Fighter series originally released in arcades in 1996. It was ported on the Sega Saturn in 1997 and PlayStation in 1998. I do remember playing the PlayStation version though. The original arcade version is included in the compilation Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, released for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Windows. This is going to be the version that we're playing though, but like I'm saying, it's going to be like, at least we're going to be done checking out Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. That's what I meant to say. X-Men vs. Street Fighter features gameplay similar to Street Fighter 2, incorporate dual character selections and tag team based combat. Each player selects 2 characters to complete in a one-on-one battle attempting to defeat an opposing team. The players are given the ability to switch between their characters and point during the match. It's just like a tag game. The game also incorporates numerous elements from X-Men, Children of the Atoms, and Marvel superheroes. The game was released to generally positive reviews, with critics praising its gameplay and sprite animations quality, while the Sega Saturn port received praise in maintaining the experience of the original arcade version. The PlayStation port was met with mixed and negative critical reception, and removing several features such as tag team battles. Then the changes were done in response to the technical limitation of the PlayStation. The game was followed by Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter in 1997. But anyways, yeah, so this is like another tag fighting game that we're going to play. But I think this one's really important because I think the gameplay in this game is really cool to look at. And it's really fun, except you're going to be seeing it from me that I'm not good at playing this game. I'm not. Because it's actually going to be like my first time picking up in years and years and years and years since I was a kid. Because I haven't played this game since I was a kid, man. So this is going to be like brand new to me checking this game out. But anyways, enough chit chat. For sure, I'm going to be playing Sabretooth and Cammy. Those are the 2 characters I'm going to pick. But anyways, let's get on to X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Children of the Atoms. Anyways, I'll see you there. X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Now we're going to see this beautiful intro because it's been a very, very long time since I played this game. A super duper long time. Combine your powers, okay. We're going to be playing Sabretooth and Cammy because those are like my characters that I would mostly play in this game, of course. And I think Sabretooth is like a really, really sick-ass character in this game. He just plays way more different in this game than he does in MBC2. So I'm going to suck with him for like a little bit. But first I'm going to pick Sabretooth, of course, from the Marvel side. And then we're going to go with Cammy. I would want to play Nash, but you know what? Let's just go with Cammy. Gambit and then Canners. This is Max's team. Okay. I only know how to play a little bit of Sabretooth, not much though. I think he plays way more different in this game than he does in MBC2. Because I mostly know how he plays in MBC2. This game, I don't. So I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy to an extent like that. Okay. There's Blanca in the background. Did I see Sabretooth making it in? And Togon? No, I don't think so. I don't really see him making it in. I would be happy if he did. Because, I mean, I'm still a fan of Sabretooth, even though the last game he's been seen in versus game is MBC2. Even though he wasn't considered, in MBC2 he wasn't really considered like high tier nor low tier. I think he was like mid tier in MBC2. Did I play this game? Not much. I only played like maybe 3 or 4 times when I was a kid. Okay. There you go. We beat a Can and we beat a Cammy. You just sit back and relax, son. Next time I'll tear your heart out. Oh, okay. We didn't need to know that. Rogue and then Chun-Li. I don't even remember who the last boss was in this game. I really don't. My guess is either going to be like Sentinel or Magneto, maybe. We'll switch Cammy now. This is a PG stream. This is a PG stream. You didn't see that. We'll just switch Sabretooth. Okay. Go with Jafar. Nice. Yeah, I think Rogue would be a really interesting character. I really would like to see what they would do with her if she's in Marvel Tokon. I think she might make it in. I could see her making it in. God damn it. Nice. Could I still use like my level 2 super? Whatever, we'll just finish it with Spiral Arrow. Cammy Winch. Forgot to read the intro. So we have Ryu and then Cyclops, the duo. Okay, I'm going to try playing Sabretooth in this one, because this is mostly main focus on Marvel characters. Why this game? Because X-Men is like an important thing to add to the list in terms of the legacy. Because, dude, if you're going to put a Marvel fighting game, you need to add X-Men characters. They're just, like, way more cooler in general. And plus, they're more important to the fighting game legacy of the Marvel side, in my opinion. That's why NBC I lacked so much. It then had no X-Men characters. None of them at all. It was just based on heavy MCU shit. Which is precisely why I did a little bad, but I thought the gameplay was fun in NBCI. I just didn't really like the roster and how the game looked. But the gameplay was there for me. I really liked it. What I made in NBCI? Venom, and then who's the other character I made? Nova, I think. For sure, I did play a lot of Venom. I remember. Oh, Gamora. No, it wasn't Nova. It was Gamora. But if I had to come back in that game, I think I would want to play Venom and maybe Dante. I think Dante's cool, or Winter Soldier, one of those two characters. I would want to try someone new. I do think Gamora is a really cool character in that game, though. Okay. Nice. Oh shit, Zangief. Zangief and Juggernaut. That's a great duo. What I think is going to be the Capcom side on the Comic-Con panel. You're talking about October? I'm guessing it's not going to be a new NBC game. At most, my guess is it's probably just going to be a re-release of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, hopefully. I could see that happening. That's my guess. I could be wrong, though. But for sure, it's not going to be like a new NBC game. Nice. Yeah, I did pre-order the comic thing they had. And it doesn't come till November, I think. But I will probably be making a YouTube video on it. I do really want to make a video on it and then showcasing the book. Because I think it'd be sick if I do that. Nice. We'll finish her off. We're fighting Rogue and Cammy again. Which is really weird. Because we already fought them, didn't we? Nope, get over here. Nope. I think this stage is like really cool, in my opinion. At first I thought this was like a Resident Evil stage, but I don't think it is, and I think it's mostly a X-Men stage. I knew it was gonna be Magneto and Bison. I knew it. Even though I don't think they're not the last boss. Who was one of the weirdest characters I ever had in a... like the weirdo character in the X-Men games? Toad. I think Toad was the weirdo, in my opinion. Even though I didn't play the second X-Men Mutant Academies, but I always thought Toad was like one of the weird characters, and I used to play him when I was a kid. Then Bison. Oh, these guys are the last boss. I didn't think these guys would be a last boss. Oh my god. This is why nobody likes you, Bison. You float way too much, dude. Get over here. Just die. Just die, Bison. Just go back to being in Street Fighter 5. You didn't really have to make an appearance in SF6 anymore. Just go away. Nobody likes you. Get ready for another whooping, boy. Oh, no, it's Apocalypse. Oh, come on. Couldn't they just go with Sentinel, man? It has to be Apocalypse. Why are they repeating bosses? Sucks I don't have Captain Commando here, or else I'll just spam laser beam. This better be his only face. I don't think so, though. You were just like them, a Bloody Mary. That is a good idea, man. I think it'd be interesting if they had Apocalypse actually in Marvel Tokon. I could see him. I could see that happening, in my opinion, as a character. I could probably see that. Is that it? Does he have a second face, or he doesn't? No, he doesn't. Okay. You couldn't have beat me. Why do you even try? Wait, what? I'm fighting Cammy. I'm gonna have to do this to my baby girl. Oh my god, fine. Luckily we went with Sabretooth. Luckily we didn't go for Cammy on that one, or else it would have been a disaster. Yeah, I'm almost done with like the legacy at least. I just need to make 3 more specific videos for this. Thanks, Birdie. Sabretooth assistant. Mission complete, boss. Dude, they destroyed all the Street Fighter characters. You've defeated everyone. Birdie, get out of here. Not everyone, Birdie. What are you talking about? Now I'm going to enjoy taking out this last. Oh, Wolverine. Little runt. Dude, Wolverine. You're not going to get through Wolverine, man. Go for it, bub. I knew it. They're rivals, man. There's just something about Sabretooth that I like about him, dude. I really, really wish they had him back like in a fighting game. Which I don't think it's not going to happen in Marvel Tokon. I really, really don't. Because he's not really, really popular in my opinion. But yeah, that goes for X-Men versus Street Fighter. Just, you know, simple ending. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, this is going to be my last video for the MVC collection. And then we're going to be moving on to MVC3 and then MVCI. And then Marvel versus the Imperfects. I would showcase what was that one? X-Men Mutant Academies, but it's mostly based on X-Men games, even though this is an X-Men game, don't get me wrong, but it's what started the Marvel franchise in my opinion. I'll do probably a separate video for X-Men Mutant Academies, because that one's just based on X-Men. It's not really based as, like, as the whole Marvel superheroes. Like, it doesn't have Spider-Man, it doesn't have Cap, it doesn't have etc. The list goes on. I think it did have Spider-Man, but only in one game, which is X-Men Mutant Academies 2, which was Spider-Man as a guest character. But anyways, that's going to wrap up for this Capcom Fighting Collection video. Marvel Capcom Fighting Collection video, and then we're moving on to the outro. This was my arcade playthrough of X-Men vs. Street Fighter with Cammy and Sabretooth, and now it's time to move on to MVC3. I'm not going to check out MVC2 because I already made plenty of videos on those, and I have never made a video on MVC3 in general, so I do really want to check it out, and I think that game is really, really cool. I think MVC3 is like one of my favorites to look at. I really hope, like, at least on October, they actually make an announcement that they're going to add rollback to MVC3 and it's going to get re-released. I think that'd be really, really, really sick, man. Whatever Capcom has to announce at, I think it's like at a Comic-Con or something like that. I don't remember where the event's going to be at, but it's going to be a 90-minute event for the Capcom. The Capcom side. It's going to be, Capcom's going to have their own panel in San Diego. No, not San Diego. Comic-Con, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, but anyways, MVC3 and MVCI are going to come out very, very soon. And we have to do MVCI because that's the last Marvel fighting game that's been released, I think. At least that I'm familiar with. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And peace!